What's going on, guys? Welcome to Speedmaster Tuesdays. It is Tuesday. It is time for another Speedmaster. Today I decided to do a look at a watch that should have been the first one on Speedmaster Tuesdays, as it was the first Speedmaster I ever put on this channel. Let's take a look at it. Be right back. Alright guys, welcome back to Speedmaster Tuesdays, and you knew we eventually had to get here talking about my very own Speedmaster 351150 that kind of started this channel. This is a Speedmaster automatic date, not a reduced as some say. This is the ST175.0043, produced from 1992 through 1998 for the Japanese market. The Japanese market and the Chinese market are the largest market for Omega and Speedmasters specifically, and this one was marketed exclusively for Japan with this Reverse-Panda dial. Its date window at 3 in white with black numerals, and its white Speedmaster Professional baton hands. Beautiful polished and black lacquer Speedmaster tachymeter bezel on the lyre lugged reduced size Speedmaster date automatic case. And these cases are push on case back cases, no screw down case back on this one, unfortunately. But that is my only gripe about this watch. Shake it, it runs because it is an automatic. No manual winding needed here. And that's probably a good thing due to the smaller size. It's a little harder to get a hold of that crown. And if you look at that crown, you'll see it's a hexagonal crown. The only Speedmaster automatic that I know of that comes with a hexagonal crown. Your subdials at 12, 6, and 3. I'm sorry, 12, 6, and 9, with 3 being your date window, as I've already mentioned. Speedmaster Professional Automatic with the Omega logo also at 3. And then your large baton or arrow hand. Again, that case back being that press on, you're not going to have anything pressing onto your wrist. It's quite smooth. And you do have a high polished finish, a few brushed surfaces, but most of this watch is going to be polished, including the bracelet, which I do have with it that I'll show you in a little bit. This one at the moment on a cheapest NATO straps, rally leather. And I love these rally leathers for vintage watches. I think they look really cool on vintage watches, especially on this black and white Reverse-Panda. The brown sort of just sets it off with a little bit of color. I know there's those people that say you should not mix brown and black. I'm not one of those guys. This is a sapphire crystal. Non-reflective coating is not included, but you do have this beautiful bubbled sapphire crystal matched to that tapered bezel. And I have changed the clasp, as you can see, on that cheapest NATO strap. It is a quick release, which is really cool. As we start the tachymeter scale, or the tachymeter function, you can see the arrow hand cruising around the dial pretty nicely. It is a Valjoux, or I should say a modified Valjoux 7750 in this piece. And because of that, you get all the Valjoux quirks and features, one of which is if you shake it aggressively, you can hear that weight spin, and you can feel it spin. The other is the sweep is not the absolutely most sweep smoothness, but for the most part, those are minor gripes that anyone who's ever owned a Valjoux movement can attest to the fact that that quirkiness kind of makes them sort of desirable. It kind of makes them give a little more personality to the watch. You can see the crown as well as the pushers are completely horizontal with each other, just like in the professional Moonwatch, and unlike the Speedmaster Reduced, which has a stacked movement. This does not, again, modified Valjoux 7750, and we'll talk about that 7750 in a bit. But for now, we're taking a look again at the reflectivity of this crystal, and we'll throw it on the wrist on its original bracelet next to a 1972 Speedmaster Mark II, so you can see the difference in the size between the 38 millimeter case with the lyre lugs and the Mark II 42 millimeter case with the hidden lugs. These bracelets are different as well. You have a flanged 20 millimeter tapering down to 18 versus the 18 millimeter with solid end links tapering down to 16. And there you can see it next to the actual Speedmaster Professional. And speaking of the Speedmaster Professional, at least the Speedy Tuesday version, that is the watch that got me to purchase the 351150. That watch, along with this NATO from Omega, gave me the vision, or actually I should say gave my friend Scott over at Scott Keeps Time the vision to combine the two and come up with this here. I think it's awesome. It's sort of a micro version or an automatic version of the first generation Speedy Tuesday from Omega. Having that white and black, that zebra styled Bond NATO on this Reverse-Panda just really sets this watch apart, and I love it on this. Although the original tension clasped solid end length bracelet does look fantastic, and some would say this is the only way to wear this watch. The 3511.50 is climbing in value. When I got this one, I gave $1,000 for it. They're a lot more expensive now. This one is a later version. The 1995 through 1998 had this modified Valjoux that had extra crystals, extra jewels, and this rhodium finish. So definitely, if you're looking at one of these, if you can pick up a 1995 or later, you get a better internal movement. The external features are identical from 1992 all the way through 1998. So all of them will look the same. Stack height is pretty tall for a small watch. Your lug width is 18 millimeters. Your case diameter is 38, although I have seen it posted as 39 in the past. I think people are including the pushers in that measurement. So let me know what you guys think about this one, guys. Let me know what you think about all the smaller sized automatic movement Speedmasters. And let me know what you'd like to see next for Speedmaster Tuesdays next Tuesday. And until then, we'll just talk to you soon, guys. Peace.